Yeah, nowish works for me. All right, let's go over some of these markets. Welcome to the Market Recap Show. And yeah, Neil is absolutely 100% right, man. Some of those bangers there at the end of the day really created some great movement. Uranium, XLP, FXI, a couple nice movers coming through there. Today, XLE has been really impressive. Thank you so much for joining once again today. We will have Chris Brecher coming through. Oh, man, there we go. I just got the document for the podcast. No rest for the wicked over here, my guy. You know what? I said to my wife, I was like, I'd really like to get into some reading. And she goes, when? And I was like, you know what? You're right. I ain't got no free time. We'll find something. I think like 20, 30 minutes before bed, maybe a possibility there, but then I'd fall asleep and probably only get through 10 pages. So that may take me a year per one book. But you know what? Hey, we're here. Audiobooks? Yeah, I listened to some on the way in. You know what? I got some good podcasts to listen to on the way in. You know, I mean, we don't really listen to our own, but we got one coming up. Why don't we throw it? Do we have that graphic coming there for the podcast? All right, let's go, guys. Yeah, there it is right there. Whoops, live on all socials. Yeah, let's go. I like that one, actually. You know, I like to get that on my board. That'd be really cool. Thank you so much for we'll think about that. For everybody joining us one more time here, I'm going to load up the YouTube and see how many people are here with us. As we do have Levi's earnings, we are brought to you again by the Benzinga Pro platform. So let me just refresh that, go to the top and see if we do get Levi's coming through or not. We will drop that for you immediately. Over 3,200 of you watching with me right now. So thank you so much for that. We'll bring the same energy on this one as we do on the normal show as per usual. Right there, what's up to Marcelo? What's up to Lobos here? What's up to EK Santo? Ravi Patel, everybody, Trey Only. What's up, Trey Only? Nice to have you here as we will wait for some earnings to come through, including BlackBerry, including Levi's. XLE, man, the oil space continues to just blast, right? Great little level there. We did have some news coming through on oil today, of course. Oil prices on Wednesday rose, tightening of the oil supply. Just talking about OPEC Plus decided to recommend changes to output, production cuts to the end of June. So, I mean, XLE continues to make new moves higher here. Look at the daily on XLE, man. You want to talk about something breaking out, and this is something that we've had in our portfolio for a minute. I didn't buy any energy stocks. We talked about that. I'm actually surprised that on a weekly chart, we basically have very similar moves to this as we do in the NASDAQ. Normally, like, energy is kind of a hedge against NASDAQ, but it looks like right now breaking higher. This is a weekly. Man, we nailed this one. XLE, congratulations. Anybody's rocking with that. Yo, I see someone saying what's up. So I'm going to say what's up to you, Hans Beer. What's up, Hans? How's it going? What's up, Elon? Hi, Elon. Hope you're having a good day as well. But you know what? You can't have a good day unless you stay hydrated. We ready to rock, Ramin? Because it's Hydration Nation. Damn, Ramin, you getting good at that one, girl? Nice one right there as she puts that up right when we take this sip. We'll welcome Chris Brecher very soon into the building. All right, if Levi's doing anything, that's great. Why are people putting Google in here? Okay, hello, all right. Google right now with a nice move up. This is your boy's largest holding, and there goes Google in the aftermarket. A shot upside, it looks like here. Let me flip this over and go into a 1 minute chart just to see. Come on, chart, let's go. Whoa, hello. Anniversary yesterday, spent all the money. Make it today, as there it goes, Google. Let me go find out what's up with that right now. Okay, I'm going to get this story for you in just 1 second because Brendan stays late. Insiders consider charging for AI-powered search in big change to their models. So there you go. So again, we'll see what's going to happen here. We do know that search is going to be changed dramatically. Like, I use Perplexity, honestly. Like, I'll just ask Perplexity, hey, Perplexity, what Maple Leaf holds the records for most goals scored in a season? Generally, I would have Googled that. You know, but Perplexity will just give you the answer. It doesn't give you a link to a website or anything like that. Google does summarize, which is great, but that's a nice move up. Thanks, Brendo. There it is, bang. So maybe clip it with that one because Google with a nice move up on AI-powered search. Big changes coming. Nice move up for Google, as I believe, right? I mean, we've talked about this over and over again. Google right now taking out, yes, sir, taking out, what's up, Ramin? Taking out all-time highs. It's Google. And it's wonderful, Fabian. You use any of those AIs, like any of those large language models, Perplexity, or which one do you prefer, Chat?
I'm comfortable with ChatGPT. Gemini's just fun.
Gemini?
It's broken. It
Okay.
lags a lot.
So you can't hear what he's saying. Gemini, fun but broken. Chat is GPT is the most stable, according to our guy Fabian here, and one that he is comfortable with. So I think that's actually it's the comfortable with. I think Fabian, that's really going to matter, because if you're building your platform around like using Copilot with Microsoft, then yeah, your tools are going to be ChatGPT based, maybe Bing, Microsoft Cloud. And that's what you're going to be comfortable with, and I just feel that wherever you can get it. So if Google and trust, right? I mean, I think we can, with some of the data breaches and stuff. Anyways, there goes Google. That's what it looks like on the daily. This is what it looks like on the weekly. Either way, man, we are starting to break out on Google. Maybe if Mr. Chris Brecher is around, we can get his opinion on Google. Big one right there for us. Okay, what else do you want to talk about? As that was breaking news right there. So again, thanks Brendo, and thanks everybody for mentioning Google in the chat, because without the team of people that we have, we wouldn't be able to be as successful as we are. Okay, gold again. And we're talking about success. I'm talking about bigger than what we're doing right now, baby. Let's get this show on the road. Look at this, nicely done. 212 and breaking higher. By the way, right now. Hey, what if Trader TV Live? I want to see. You know what, Bears versus Bulls? Let me know, because right now we have over 3,000 people watching. Something that Obi was going to was some of these summits that I see. What about if we had over 3,000 watching? What if we had a Trader TV Live summit? We'll chill out. We'll have some keynote speakers, man. We'll fly in Mr. Noss. We'll have Danielle Shea. We'll have Fabian talk as well. We'll have all this. We'll have some drinks. We'll have some dinners. Let me know if that's something that all you guys want to discuss right there. Neil just actually stepped out. I know there was a discussion there as he talked about it on the show, getting a get-together through. But let us know if that's something that everybody... Would anybody come to Toronto? I mean, first of all, if you've never been to Toronto, Ramin wants everyone to stay out. But you know what? Come through. Oh, by the way, and then leave. Yeah, no. But the thing about it is, it's 30% discount on your dollar. So if you're in New York City and you're going out for dinner, yesterday was okay. We dropped about 170 between the two of us, right? We had some drinks, blah, blah, blah. Bottle of wine, food. That's it. Affogato, we're out the door. But if you're spending that in New York, 170, scratch 30% off that. That's what the difference is, with just higher potentially quality experience. So anyways, come through. Yep, here we go. Okay, so attention summit. We have reached the peak. Yes. Everybody wants to come through for that, but I'm just talking out loud. So, all right, 10, FXI. We could see some problems here in China for sure, man. But right now it's still holding out. I still like FXI. We've talked about the yin and the yang. Actually, shout out to Chris Brecher again on the yin and the yang. He actually wants to talk about, and just so you guys we're going to talk about this a little bit. Agriculture. We don't talk about that enough. The DBA is something that I should probably add in here. It's not overly aggressive. It looks like that on the daily chart, but generally speaking, I don't really see big moves in this, but we may have to add agriculture. As by the way, Mr. Brecher and everybody else, what's up with cocoa right now going to the upside there? 10,000, up 250% on those futures. What's up, Hans? Beers would definitely join us. I'd like to just meet everybody. When I was in Miami, I was with my kids, and we went to some burger joint. I think it was Shake Shack, actually. We have pictures up on my Instagram, and someone recognized me in Shake Shack, and that was really super cool, all the way down there in Miami. I think that would be a lot of fun to meet some people. What's up? Levi's is now out. So let's go over there and have a quick look. Thank you, Fabian, for that. Levi right now. Okay, we talked about this move back into some support. So there it is, up to $20 right now. Flip it over. It's Levi Strauss, and it is in the building, ladies and gentlemen, with a nice little move to the upside. And here it is. So I can report it now because it is on Benzinga. So we're very, very careful about what we report. We don't want to mislead anybody. There it is right here. From Benzinga's trade desk here. 26% beating 21 cents. So good on the EPS. So that's a nice beat. And on the bottom as well, we have sales and EPS both beating. So that's good. So boom, we talked about when Ramin's wearing the Canadian tuxedo and I've got jeans on, we're doing something right. Levi's with the win right there. Nice move. But what are they guiding? That's really the question, right? So here's the EPS guide. Guiding right now, 115 to 125. against 117, guidance from 115 to 117 with a 121 estimate. So it looks like their high side and low side 121 still kind of falling in the middle, but a little bit of a higher guidance to the high side on that. So Levi's good little number on that one for Levi Strauss, and it looks like they are sort of leading back to the upside. I talked about this yesterday. I even tweeted it out. We talked about PVH and how they missed and guided low. Actually, they didn't miss. Their guide was lower, sending PVH to the downside. So here's Levi's again. Nice upside move. Right now up 8%, right back into that high. Remember yesterday I was like, what's the news for Levi? Why were we down 8%, right? Here's PVH. So sometimes you got to channel check. We tried to do that and then it backfired. I thought that people weren't wearing too much Calvin Klein or Tommy Hilfiger. Then I remembered I was wearing them. So was Ramin. We both had on pieces of clothing, but that sends to the downside. Look at PVH. Today, another 3%. It does matter where you are, not just the sector, but it also matters the name. So PVH downside. Meanwhile, Levi Strauss, again, a recent entrant into the market. Remember, recent IPO, daily chart kicks it up here, looking to take out that high. I'm going to believe this is close to all-time or recent highs, because all-time highs we had up here, again, came to market, had that move down, huge rip up to $30 and a big fade back to 10. So there is room to go on Levi's, and a short float of 12%. This gets my brain. Although this is 6 hours of live trading, plus a trophy day. But we're still staying here with the recap show. Only 4:13 right now. All right, let's go find out if anything is happening right now. LUNR is skyrocketing. A shout out right now. Thank you to everybody in the chat. I'm going to try. What's up to Russell? Shout out, Russell. You do get an LUNR move right now to the upside. Let's just go over and see what is happening on the daily. We got to flip this over. Hold on a second. The 1 minute chart sending this. Look, 2% right now. Let's just have a quick look. I thought it was starting to move. Yeah, nice move to the upside. The story here, and then we're going to bring out Chris in a minute, is Moon Racer team awarded NASA terrain vehicle contract. I think that's pretty cool. So there it is right now, LUNR with a nice move up. But guys, don't get it twisted. The daily chart on this one is a fail. So nice to get some good news coming through it there. What's up, Odyssey Flights and everybody out there as well. Okay, if we're ready, I'm ready. We're ready. And it's Chris Brecher.
Shawn, how you doing?
You know what? I'm doing actually pretty fantastic. Thank you so much for asking. And how are you doing?
I'm okay. We're fired up on, well, I'm fired up about you mentioning YINN. Thanks for doing that.
There you go. I mean, hey, you brought it to our attention. I'm going to give you the credit on that one as well. China's been a pretty good trade, I feel like, over the last little bit. Any positions currently? YINN here, going 3 times bull. You've brought this to our attention down here, $17, $18. Looking at this name now breaking up, looking to break through 20 and starting to go through again. What's up, Nelson, my main man there in the chat, was just talking about Miami. What do you see here on yin? Good call so far, but it's looking like it might be exhausted a little bit up here near 21.
Yeah, probably exhausted. I'll show you like an overbought, oversold. I'm going to visit my son in South Carolina tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, so that guarantees all heck's going to break loose, and they'll just throw you money in everything you trade. I mean, we know that, so,
all
but
right.
I just want to let you know I'm going to be gone. But let me show you what I'm looking at in FXI.
Sure, let's go.
So, number one, you're right. It's getting overbought on a daily chart. Definitely getting overbought, like you see on the bottom, right at that resistance. So, the prior bottoms, prior tops. But I have an interesting trade for you that you'll like. This is right up your alley, a pairs trade.
Uh-oh.
So EWJ, or the Nikkei, this is the EW, sort of mirroring the Japan index, hasn't been the same since they said they'll stop buying their equity ETFs. So I'm thinking of buying FXI and shorting EWJ once the oversold MACD on the bottom on EWJ is worked off, and once the oversold and the overbought on the FXI, I'm going to try to figure some trade. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. So, but I'm real interested in a pairs trade of buying China, shorting Japan, because my goodness, the Japan market has done that ever since Well,
Yeah,
from
the
back
yen
here.
is near lows, right? The yen, so you might be onto something right there as the DXY, the U.S. dollar, continues strength. So I could see Japan pulling back a little bit. I do like the EWJ. Are you normally into emerging market trades, or this is just a pairs trade that sort of came up to your mind? Is this something that you
It's just a pairs trade I sort of came up with.
Okay.
And in fact, that's a lady that I follow real closely on the internet that I really respect. It was her idea. So I don't want you to think I'm Mr. Genius here. So I just want to let you know that.
Just Mr. Handsome. All right. Agriculture, Chris. You had messaged me about a couple different ideas. We had talked a little bit over email. It's been a long day. Oh, by the way, how's the back, by the way?
Well, I'm having a complete knee replacement May 3rd. I can't wait.
The back is fine. The knee is the problem.
Yeah. So
okay, I'll remember
I
that.
want to tell you an interesting story about the Nikkei if you have time.
Is that because you thought about the Nikkei because we're talking about the knee? Is that what happened? Because that always happens to me.
No.
And then I get blamed like, oh, great pun. But it was like, it just happened sort of naturally. Yeah, let's go, man. Story time with Chris Brecher.
All right. This is a crazy story from when I was crazy trading on the floor. So the Nikkei, this is the Nikkei up here, that parabolic move, sort of like looks like the AI revolution. Don't ask me why, but Denmark started selling put warrants on the Nikkei. So they were called Kingdom of Denmark put warrants. So when it was doing parabolic, I was buying these put warrants at $3. That's what I was doing because I'm like, this is ridiculous. So I bought 10,000 here, 10,000 there. Next thing I know, I'm long 300,000 of a $3 warrant.
Okay.
$900,000 of warrants. And then I had a trip to hedonism in Jamaica. And I'm like, maybe I shouldn't go.
What?
So I had to find a place that had a TV so I could watch CNBC.
Yep.
And you had a lot of people say, what on earth are you doing? Like finding a TV for CNBC. I was so nervous in it. So I sold them at 4. It was a good year, good month. Selling them at 4 on their way to 10.
Well, hey, you know what? Stress it out. You're on vacation. The wife probably didn't like you searching around for a CNBC monitor there, but you found one. You made money on the trade, so that's all good. But up to $10. Look, we always sell our winners a little too early. I remember when I was in Rome and there was a major rebalance, and I was trying to remote into our software so I could trade it as well. And it was like, I guess the rebalance would have happened at 4 p.m. So it was like 11 or 12 at night. And here we are supposed to be on a patio having some vino. And here I am at whatever hotel we were trying to remote in, which it didn't work because the damn firewall. So I had some explaining to do that night. But hey, isn't that the best about our jobs? We come in every day. We actually don't really know what we're going to get into. And then we're able to, trade whatever we see. All right, Chris, 420 right now. This is kind of, I guess, maybe a little topical. Have you been looking at any of the marijuana stocks? I mean, look at CGC today again, a monster. I'll give you a second. Come over to my charts here, Amin. CGC really starting to blast up again. A name that was, Chris, $3 back about 2 weeks ago, now up to 11. We had ACB, Aurora, Cannabis say, scratch that. We were also $3 and we'll go up 50% today, up to $7.50. We have Tilray starting to pop off a little bit. Again, wow, I was throwing some fun money at this, and I even said it on the show.
Yeah.
Let's average in, fun money, average not on the product, my guy, in the stock. As we were back down into here, I said, you know what? I'm holding the bag on this. Let's put some money to work at these bottoms. And then all of a sudden, puff goes the magic dragon. And now we're all the way up here to $10, $11. Does this trade have any staying power?
Well, the thing about these stocks, the CGC, the Tilray, we were in CROM. We had the 2 calls at 5 cents and scratched them, but they expired that day. But the thing is, most of them have cash flow problems. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a rash of secondaries in here and see how they hold up.
Same.
And I saw it in like CRSP. So the stock started going up on good news. And the secondary they did was only $1 under the market. I mean, it was really impressive, and which showed a lot of buying power. Then you have, on the other hand, SMCI, the price or secondary when it was trading at 1,000 at 870. So I think the big deal is going to be where they price those secondaries. Are they going to be where they were 3 weeks ago or close to the prevailing price? And that'll tell you the future of them, I think.
I mean, look at this over here. Even if you come over to CGC, I know you just talked about Kronos there, but here's the RSI up here at 80. We're touching that again right now. So a couple little top movements here could be heading to the downside off of a nice RSI top. You see what I'm doing over here, Chris? We've got I've now got these markers for the screen because I'm trying to level it up. You know, I'm trying to get like just as good as Chris Brecher does when he draws the lines on the charts. You know, so now I'm trying to do that. So shout out to my friend Michael Noss who sent me that app. Okay, what do you want to talk about? I mean, that's a couple of ideas that we've bounced off of now. I feel like that's great. The chat, by the way, is absolutely loving it. So I want to thank you, Chris, for coming on.
Oh, great!
One more time again.
That's great. I hate looking at the chat because I'm afraid I'll get bashed, and all I hear is like hearts and stuff. I mean, and I'm thrilled.
Good. Well, hey, they love.
I mean, that's really nice.
Look, hey, look, if you're now a friend of the family, so everything is fine. And if anybody says anything bad, I'll just ban them from the chat. No, we don't do that. But okay, let's go. I'm going to give you the floor for a second because you did mention how you're looking for something to trigger something else, and that is something that our traders are always looking for: new trade ideas and something that they can look at themselves.
Sure. The first thing is what you mentioned, the DBA. So this I showed on Twitter days ago. And you know, I've mentioned it for 3 weeks, that if the agriculture fund went up enough, it had to start hitting the bonds. And it's all probability. So the way I look at it, I know that looked like a triangle in the middle, but the probability of that breaking up went down dramatically when the DBA kept going up. So our theory was, and that's where, you know, a theory is different than making money. Because if I just thought this is going up and bonds are going to go down, that the stock market's going to crash, I would have gotten not so hot. So basically we did a creative trade yesterday because we still weren't sure. And with the unemployment report on Friday and the CPI next Wednesday, you still don't know if that's a false breakdown or break up. But what we did was we played the regional bank index.
Okay.
Because the regional banks don't like bond selling off. So we shorted on this trend line break right here. And then we stayed short with the bear flag and stayed short overnight.
Right.
And finally, we just got out at support today because I'm leaving. So that was a good trade, but all because the DBA went up. So, and you see the correlation even now on a 15-minute chart on how the DBA got nailed and the bonds went straight up, closed on their high. And so the regional bank came back. That's one reason we also covered.
Yeah, I really like that gap fill. I was going to ask you if you didn't cover, if potentially looking for a fill back into that gap might have been your stop. But again,
that's a great question. Well, I'll show you real quick. I definitely think that could fill the 47.5 gap. That's what you're looking at.
Yeah, I thought I thought that might have been your target, and then also the gap that we just even had today from 49.50 back down into 48.50. I mean, you could also cover that if that was going to be a stop, but I do like that.
Yeah, it was just that I was going to be gone, but I decided to do this instead. So I wanted to have something in here. And, you know, I could talk about the pot stocks and say I was rolling into one and out of the other. But Western Alliance, to me, has the worst looking chart in the regionals. So I did something under the market for April 19th. You got a lot for next week. Next week. Figuring that a lot of stuff's coming out. This isn't going to do much. So that's a scary figure. But even if it goes and fills the gap, we'll make money. So that's why I rolled it out of KRE and into that to have something over the weekend.
All right, so WAL is the name that you're looking for as far as the weakest name out of all those regionals. I did see some movement in NYCB today, so we can potentially look at that. But all right, so how long are you gone for? So I don't have you here next week. You gone for a week?
No, just Thursday and Friday.
Oh, just Thursday and Friday. Okay. Enjoy your time, Chris. I think that's about it, man. It's 4:25. Good coverage there. Maybe next week you want to do a little bit of a Q&A. Maybe we'll ask some of the traders out there if they have any questions for you. Again, a lot of love. Traders can find you at Simpler Trading. Anything else you sort of want to throw at anybody here where they can find you? Anything that else you're thinking about?
Well, I have a lot of followers on StockTwits.
Right.
And a ton of them. And
Okay.
so I talked to StockTwits. I'm like, do you ever want me to do anything interactive? So they had me do a Q&A, and it was so popular they left it open for 5 hours. I was doing Q&A. So
Wow.
and it was great. It was a blast. So sure, Q&A, the more questions, the better.
We like that. Mr. Chris Brecher, thank you so much. Go follow this guy on StockTwits. Have a great little vacation. You deserve it. Thank you so much, Chris Brecher.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.
Cha-cha-cha, my guy. All right, we love that man right there, Chris Brecher. Okay, just real quickly, I didn't get a chance to, I didn't want to interrupt because not really much is happening here, but Google came all the way back. It's all the way back, not all the way up. I wish it was all the way up. But Google did come back in, huh? So I was like, yeah, let's go, man. Biggest holding. Now it's like, meh, meh. But no, it's fine. I mean, it's just into the flat area. I wasn't sure, so I went over to the Benzinga platform again, and honestly, I just typed in here Goog, so you can go get this. This has been a really good platform. There's lots of interesting things. You can call up details of different stocks, find different ratios and whatnot, and fool around with the charting and everything. This is the pro platform. You can find the link in the chat, in the description. But again, trading higher following reports suggesting the company will consider charging for AI-powered search. So we did get that, a big change in the business model. So for me, it's kind of like, we know that there has to be some kind of change, because I already used that example about not really searching traditionally the way that we had in the past. Yeah, that would make sense. Not necessarily going to Google and getting sort of that ad revenue from different ads popping up or different websites being choice 1, 2, or sponsored links or things like that, right? So if they're going to change that, that may go through some growing pains. And I don't think the market really, they like change, and I think that that's important. So I think we've got to have to let this settle down. But as far as we used to have a segment on this show called Tomorrow's Trade Today, and I already know that I'm going to be looking at Google tomorrow because of this movement rate alone. You don't take out 158, rip to the high side there, and then just get faded right back to the bottom and now going lower, 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 as potentially they take some time to explain what this is, or whoever released this gets a little bit more details. But Google right now is going lower. And on the daily chart, I mean, I still really like this. And I said this on the show today. I was really happy when it went to 158. I thought it was doing pretty good. But what about just a rotation out of some names and into the indexes now? We often talk about if you're out of something, you can sit in cash, that's great. But if you get an outperformer like this is, 133 up to 153, there's nothing wrong with cashing a little bit out. I think a good example of that would be Disney. And we didn't get a huge chance to talk about this today. Not really on the show, we did talk about it, but here on this show. With Nelson Peltz again today not getting those seats, we were uncertain of what that might mean for the market, but the market's not uncertain at all. This is a big sort of kind of like FU candle the other way to the board right now, saying, you know what, you just cost your shareholders 3% because we kind of liked getting new management in here and a potentially new direction for the company. It's just the boards, 2 board seats, I get it, but they don't get any. Nice little fallback down in there. We took some off the table at 120, 150. We really like Disney, but at some point you got to take some out. And I think even tomorrow morning, when people wake up and say, uh-oh, what's going on with Disney and what's going on with my shares, they may look back and say, hey, look, even though, again, something I learned, man, RSI, as you're making highs up here, RSI not making new highs. So, that fade out is obviously going to be pretty dramatic today. But again, a nice push back down in off of this candle high. So Disney is going to be a good trade for us there today. Look, or tomorrow potentially. Look, let's just call it like it is. I don't know why it's always like pulling teeth, but this Nvidia trade, honestly, I'm looking down here. Let's just hit a bet. I don't have the same tools. But we talked about it, and it's all going to be related to each other. Let's go down to the sticky. I'll go to next topic. Sticky note. We had this on here today, and it is what it is. Honestly, we're going to give some ideas, and here it is right here, Nvidia. We even talked about it here. Watch for 900's key. We talked yesterday about 902, 903. We said we're going to wait for 905. So that's a $3 trade for Nvidia. This is our initial take at 900 and out there at 897. Can we get, that's a $3 trade. Let's put that on the board. It does go all the way down in for $5+. We get greedy. We don't take it. Comes back up. Our first average in is that same spot. So we'll put that same spot back on. And these are light trades, which is why we're letting it go. But then when we get up here into 902, and then we get a piece out at 900 again, that's another 250 there. We've already sort of started to bank out some trades now. And then we notice that, yeah, that 905 that we wrote down on the sticky note came into play. So when it came back up again, I'm like, you know what? Damned if I don't take this. So we take that at 902.50, 902.75, whatever it was. And then it was just like tranche 1, $2. Tranche 2, $8, $6.50. Screen me. Chart me. Ramin. Oh, chart me. Don't worry, Ramin. It's all good. We're in chill mode, baby. 896. Well, I'm just going over these plays, that's all. It's all right, that's all right. There's the next out right there. And why did we get out right here? A, pre-market high, yesterday's bottom. $10 there. Oh, but it floats back up, but we sting like a bee, but we don't get it again. We don't get that short because it doesn't come in. Then when it comes back, we're still holding shares. Comes back in, all right. Let's get out right here. Why? Because we dipped down in there. We're getting nervous because at this point, it's getting into the end of the day, although it's only 240. Yeah, 240 right here. Ramin, I got this. Then all of a sudden, what Ramin's talking about is, where's the big one? Where's the Big Bang Theory? What time is it? Comes in there into 889. And then that's when the party gets started, man, to the downside. That right there is your $14 clip that winner for you because it is on the board down to 889 right there. That's a banger of a trade. But we're not going anywhere. We have one more thing to do, and it's called a roll call. All right, so thank you so much, everybody, staying late with us here today. And again, look, over 2,000 watching right now as we speak, past the time. It's 4:33. Yeah, I'm coming home. No, she didn't call me. All right, it's roll call time. Let's go. Who's still here? Look, CompuCare team, thank you so much. I know you've always been part of this family, so I want to thank you for watching as well. Yes, John, hot dog can, and that's over at the trading desk. Maybe we'll get that over here. But shout out to Bears versus Bulls. Often gets missed, but definitely never forgotten. Thank you so much. Bears versus Bulls, man, you are the best right there. What's up, Trey Only? Marie L, thank you so much. Mary or Marie, however you pronounce it, I want to thank you. Yerp, says Colin. What's up? Derek is here. John Peterson is here. There we go, man. The Big White Buffalo. I mean, I don't know if that's a good nickname, but I'll take it. What's up to Jersey Shawn as well? Hey, Jersey, man. Gym T-shirt laundry. What's up to 420 Bud Monster? You had yourself a good day today if you're along those cannabis names. What's up to Bright Awakening? Rocky G-Man. We got the sauce, baby. What's up, Rocky? What's up to D. Mr. Westermeyer? Yeah, man, the crystal ball. We love that crystal ball. Thank you, Mr. Westermeyer, for that. What up to T. Lee as well? Jim Gamby, Francis, Candy for you, makes you dandy. Thank you so much, Candy. I'd be remiss to not thank Ramin. Thank you so much, Ramin, for staying late with us as well. Yes, today was one of those trophy days, and we'll see if we can put it on the board for you tomorrow. Follow us at Trader TV Live on every single platform you can think of, I think. And follow us all at Trader TV Shawn, both on, not on TikTok, but on Instagram and on Twitter, aka X. I want to give a big shout out to my friend as well and yours, Chris Brecher. Thank you so much for joining me here today. We stay late. It's hashtag is Traders Stay Late, and join me tomorrow at 8:30 when we do it all again. Thanks for me, and I'm coming home soon. Thank you to all you. I'll see you tomorrow.